What if I told you there's a force inside you that's as old as time and as potent as creation? A power that shapes what happens around you, draws in what you long for, and turns quiet hopes into living reality. It's not somewhere out there, waiting behind locked doors or guarded by secret orders. It's already here, in you, resting until you awaken it, guide it, and let it flow. This is the realm of sexual alchemy, an approach to life energy that ancient teachers called sacred. A spark that once cultivated can fuel creativity, magnetism, and deeper connection to yourself and the world. Today, that wisdom is returning. If you're ready, we'll explore its essence, see how cultures across time treated it, and learn simple ways to begin working with it. By the end, you'll have fresh insight into how your own life force can be a gateway to greater clarity, serenity, vitality, and conscious creation. The ancient spark, beyond reproduction or pleasure. Long ago, people recognized that what we call sexual energy is more than biology or fleeting enjoyment. It was seen as the same vitality that set stars ablaze, the force weaving life itself. In many traditions, this energy was guarded as a profound mystery. Those who studied it spoke of a sacred current linking body, mind, and spirit. Their rituals and teachings weren't about shame or mere self-control. They honored this power as a root of creativity, healing, and expanded awareness. Over centuries, much of that understanding was overshadowed by narrow views or hidden in esoteric texts. Now, as more of us sense life calling for deeper meaning, these ideas are reemerging in accessible ways. We can reclaim them not by mimicking ancient rites exactly, but by grasping their spirit, that the energy at our core can be consciously guided toward growth, rather than scattered or suppressed. Seeing the patterns across cultures, across continents and eras, hints and instructions survive in different forms. In Old Egypt, ritual stories spoke of inner union and awakening latent gifts. Their tales of deities merging symbolized how opposing forces within us, active and receptive, light and shadow, can unite to fuel creativity. In India, Tantra spoke plainly of Shakti, the life force often linked with feminine essence, moving through subtle centers in the body. Practices there treated intimate union as a ceremony to balance energies and dissolve the sense of separate self. In Taoist China, methods of circulating and conserving what they called Jing or Yin Qi were taught to nourish health and extend life, guiding subtle currents from lower centers upward for both well-being and insight. Even in Europe's medieval alchemy, symbols of sun and moon or sulfur and mercury pointed to inner fusion of opposites, hinting that transforming base urges into refined vitality was a path to inner gold. Though language and rituals differed, the shared recognition was clear. The same life current that can create a child or spark desire can, when handled with awareness, expand consciousness and shape reality. Why? This matters now. We live in times when many feel disconnected, overwhelmed by noise, routines, and external demands. At the same time, there's hunger for meaning beyond accumulating things or chasing distractions. Rediscovering how to work with our own energy can offer a fresh path. It reminds us that real change starts within. If we learn to steady and direct the force inside, we naturally bring more clarity, creativity, and resilience into daily life. Instead of treating sexuality as purely physical or something to hide, we can see it as a powerful resource for self-awareness and intentional living. This isn't about strict rules or fear-based control. It's about respectful, patient exploration, noticing how energy rises and falls, learning to pause before habits scatter it, and gently guiding it toward purposes that reflect our deeper values. Core ideas in simple terms. 1. Energy as life itself. Think of sexual energy as concentrated life force. It's not only an urge, but a subtle current present in every cell. When it circulates freely without awareness, we may feel restless impulses or fatigue from constant chasing of external stimuli. But as we learn to pause, sense this current, and invite it to flow upward in the body, we can experience more vitality, mental clarity, and a radiance that others notice. 2. Balancing opposites within you. Each of us carries two complementary tendencies: an active drive, often labeled masculine, and a receptive flow, often called feminine. True alchemy lies in weaving them together rather than favoring one or denying the other. In everyday terms, it's like balancing doing and being, taking decisive action when needed, yet also listening, resting, and allowing insight. When these aspects harmonize, energy can circulate in a loop, rising and nourishing higher awareness, then grounding back into practical life, and so on. This inner balance feeds creative ideas and steady presence. 3. Breath as a bridge. Across traditions, conscious breathing is central. Breath links our physical body and mental focus. By breathing slowly, deeply, and with intention, especially when you notice excitement or desire, you can guide energy from lower parts of your body, where it tends to gather, upward through your chest or head. This simple shift can calm scattered thoughts and open space for clear insight or creative spark. Over time, such breathing habits build a habit of inner responsiveness. Instead of being driven by impulses, you learn to notice them and choose where to send that energy. 4. Purifying desire. Raw desire often feels chaotic or fleeting. It grabs attention in one moment and fades the next, leaving frustration or emptiness. But when you refine desire, seeing it not just as more pleasure, but as motivation for growth, connection, or meaningful creation, it becomes more subtle and powerful. This means turning impulses into intention. For example, if you feel a surge of attraction or excitement, pause to sense what deeper longing might be there. Is it a wish for closeness, a creative idea, or a push towards self-expression? By linking the energy to something larger than momentary craving, you align with a current that sustains rather than drains. 5. Gradual integration. Sexual alchemy isn't a quick fix. It's a gradual unfolding, requiring patience and self-awareness. Ancient teachers often combined it with other supportive practices: meditation to steady the mind, mindful movement, or gentle exercise to sense body awareness, balanced nutrition to sustain vitality, and self-reflection to notice patterns. As energy levels shift, you may feel changes in mood or sensitivity. Learning to adapt gradually prevents overwhelm or burnout. Viewed holistically, this path nurtures health, deeper relationships, and a sense of inner alignment. Practical entry points. You don't need elaborate rituals to begin. A few daily moments of simple presence can start the process. Notice sensations. When you feel a rush of desire, excitement, or creative urge, rather than immediately acting out or distracting yourself, pause and bring gentle attention inward. Sense where the energy is in your body. Observe it without judgment. Conscious breathing. Spend a minute or two each day sitting quietly, breathing slowly. Imagine the breath linking lower belly and heart or mind as if drawing energy upward. You might visualize a gentle current rising from base of spine to chest or head. If visualization feels awkward, simply focus on smooth, full breaths that expand belly first, then chest, and release fully. Set intentions. When that inner energy rises, pair it with a clear purpose. It could be something simple, wanting more calm in your day, or inspiration for a creative project, or kindness in a relationship. Hold that intention gently as you breathe, allowing the current to feed it. Cultivate balance. In daily choices, notice when you lean too heavily on constant activity or busyness, ignoring rest and reflection. Carve out small pauses, moments to sit, walk slowly, or simply be without a goal. In those pauses, you reinforce the idea that both doing and being are essential. This balance helps energy circulate rather than becoming stuck or wasted. Self-massage or gentle movement. Some traditions recommend light self-touch around lower belly, hips, or sacral area, not in a sexual sense, but as a way to become more aware of bodily sensations and support circulation. Alternatively, gentle yoga, qigong, or mindful stretching can help you feel and guide energy flows. Mindful presence in intimacy. If you have a partner or engage in intimate practices, mindfulness can transform the experience. Instead of rushing toward climax or distraction, stay present with sensations, breathing in sync, and notice how energy shifts. This presence can deepen connection and also teach you about guiding energy. How change might feel. As you begin simple practices, you may notice subtle shifts. Perhaps you feel more grounded, less reactive to impulses, and more clarity in decision-making. Creative ideas might surface more easily. Relationships may feel richer as you bring calmer presence. Physical vitality can improve. Better sleep, steadier energy through the day. Over months, these small shifts accumulate. You may experience a sense of inner calm, where once there was restlessness, or a magnetic ease in social situations where previously you felt shy or drained. These changes aren't magic overnight, but arise from learning to treat your own vitality as a resource rather than a liability. Dealing with challenges. At times, old habits or beliefs may resist. You might feel impatience. I tried breathing, but nothing happened. Or confusion. What exactly am I supposed to feel? That's normal. Remember, this is a personal exploration, not a performance. If tightness or discomfort arise when attending to energy, pause and return to simple breathing without forcing it. If emotions surface, anger, sadness, fear, Observe them kindly, perhaps seeing how they connect to that same life force. In moments of doubt, remind yourself that this path values patience and self-compassion. If needed, combine these practices with journaling or talking with a trusted friend or guide who respects inner work. Growth often happens through small, consistent steps rather than dramatic breakthroughs. Everyday alchemy, bringing it into routine. True practice is weaving awareness into commonplace activities. For example, morning routines. As you wash your face or brush your teeth, pause briefly to breathe and sense your body. A short check-in can set a tone of presence. During work or creative tasks, when focus drifts or energy flags, a few conscious breaths and a moment of intention can replenish clarity. In conversations, listening fully and breathing calmly grounds presence, strengthening connection. Even mundane breaks, waiting for water to boil or standing in line, become chances to gather scattered energy and direct it toward gentler alertness. Over time, this stream of small moments builds a habit of inner attention, making the deeper practices more natural. Connecting to something larger. As you sense and guide your own energy, you may notice a gradual opening to a sense of unity with others, with nature, or with something beyond personal self. Ancient teachings often describe this as touching a universal flow or aligning with creative intelligence. You don't need to chase grand experiences. Instead, notice subtle inklings of interconnectedness, a feeling of ease, synchronicities in daily life, or a calm confidence that arises from trusting your inner guidance. These are signs that sexual alchemy is not just about personal magnetism or creativity, but also about feeling part of a larger whole. That connection can lend deeper meaning and resilience when life feels challenging. Sustaining the journey. Because life is ever-changing, practices will evolve. A period of steady progress might be followed by a plateau or deeper inner stirring. Remain curious. Sometimes, shifting focus, exploring new breathing patterns, reading a fresh perspective, or adding gentle movement can refresh your engagement. Community or supportive circles, online or offline, can help, provided they honor respect and consent. Keep a gentle balance. Neither become rigid about must do these rituals, nor neglect practice entirely when life grows busy. The aim is to integrate awareness so it naturally shows up in how you live, rather than adding a burdensome checklist. Stories of inner shift. Many who explore these ideas describe a series of small awakenings. For instance, someone who once felt drained by constant socializing learns to notice when their energy dips and takes brief pauses to breathe and reset. Over months, they realize they're more resilient and less anxious. Another may channel initial impulses of attraction into creative work, painting, writing, or a new project, and find a deep sense of flow emerges. Or in relationships, shifting from reactive patterns to more attentive listening transforms conflicts into opportunities for growth. While experiences vary, the common thread is learning to honor inner energy rather than ignore or chase it, and discovering that this kindness toward oneself ripples outward. A word on integration, not escapism. Sometimes people fear that focusing on inner energy means withdrawing from practical life or romanticizing mysticism. In truth, sexual alchemy, at its healthiest, grounds you more firmly in real life. By cultivating inner steadiness, you handle stress better, make clearer choices, build more authentic connections, and approach projects with lasting inspiration. It's not about escaping the world, but engaging it from a place of centered presence. When you treat your own vitality as a partner rather than an adversary, you gain resourcefulness and creativity that serve daily responsibilities and relationships. Respect and ethics, because this work touches deep levels of personal energy and emotion. It's vital to approach with respect for yourself and others. Do not use these ideas to manipulate or coerce. True alchemy invites empathy, compassion, and integrity. If working with a partner, communicate openly about boundaries and intentions. If exploring alone, remain honest about motivations. Is the aim to cultivate kindness, creativity, or balance? Keep self-awareness high, noticing if habits of ego or control sneak in. The healthiest path is one that fosters mutual well-being, honoring that each person's energy is their own and deserves consent and care. Finding guidance and support. You can begin simply on your own, but if you wish deeper direction, look for teachers or communities that present these ideas responsibly, without sensational promises. Many modern teachers blend ancient insights with contemporary psychology, meditation, or somatic practices. Books, online courses, or local workshops can help, but always test what resonates. Trust your own experience rather than believing everything you read. A journal can help track subtle shifts over weeks or months. If emotional material surfaces, consider supportive practices like therapy or counseling alongside energetic work, ensuring balance and safety. Bringing it all together. At its heart, sexual alchemy is an invitation to treat your own life force as a friend, to pause before habits that scatter energy, and to shift focus inward, pairing raw vitality with clear intention and kindness. It teaches that the same current that moves through intimate moments also moves through creative acts, healing processes, and spiritual openings. By slowly learning to sense, guide, and refine this current, you awaken capacities for clarity, resilience, and authentic presence. You start living from a place where body, mind, and heart move in harmony, opening doors to possibilities that once felt out of reach. An invitation to begin. If you feel drawn, start small today. Notice a moment of excitement or restlessness. Pause your activity for a breath or two and simply feel. Perhaps set a gentle intention. May this energy support my well-being. Over days and weeks, keep returning to this practice. Let curiosity guide you rather than pressure. Over time, you may find more ease, new ideas springing forth, and a deeper connection to yourself and life's unfolding. Remember, it's not about perfection or grand achievements. It's about learning a different relationship with your own vitality, learning to partner with it to enrich your daily life, living the art of inner creation. Throughout history, seekers noticed that tending this inner fire could transform life. Today, When many of us seek meaning beyond routines and quick fixes, these teachings can guide us back to our own center. Sexual alchemy is not a gimmick or secret trick. It's a respectful approach to understanding and collaborating with a core force within. By embracing simple practices, mindful breathing, balanced awareness of active and receptive sides, clear intention, and gradual integration, you open to a way of living where inner energy fuels creativity, connection, and a sense of alignment with something larger. In this unfolding journey, life becomes an art. Each breath, thought, and action woven into a tapestry you consciously shape. May you feel inspired to explore, honor your own energy, and discover the transformative potential resting within. Stay curious, be patient, and let each moment be an invitation to deeper presence. As you learn to guide that ancient spark inside, you unlock doors to healing, creativity, and genuine connection. This is the essence of sexual alchemy. Not a destination, but a continual dance with life's creative current. May your journey be enlightening and gentle, opening new horizons in how you know yourself and engage the world.